We ready? Let's go! Hi Night Youth, welcome back to another time of meeting together. It's just fantastic to be able to meet virtually as a Night Youth and very much part of the church. The last time we spoke about media, we were talking about social media. Today, we're gonna talk about movies or series or animes or videos in general that we all love to watch. Here's a quick disclaimer, this is not a judgment of the movies that you like, the series that you like, or anime that you like. There's no discrimination here, but I just want to state the facts that are in existing and a perspective that I'd like to share with you about movie series and animes that we all love to watch. By the way, I'm a movie buff myself. I love watching movies. I have a Netflix account. I spend time on YouTube, and I got nothing against movies, but I also want to show us certain things that we pick up from movies that sometimes we don't realize. With that, let's dive in. Well, the two things in movies and animes and series and K-dramas, you name it, but videos in general, there are two things that they are gunning for when they make these movies. Number one, they want to send us a message. Number two, they want to send us a message and have us do something about it. And these are called influences. There are direct influences and there are indirect influences. So direct influences, they tell us what is good and then go buy it. It's just as simple as that. Let me give you an example. If you watch Captain America Winter Soldier and you love it, if you're an MCU fan like me, you will have seen this scene before. This is Captain America in his super tight, buff looking Under Armour top. So question is this, indirectly what does it tell us? If you want to look good, you want to look fit, wear the brand Under Armour. Don't believe me, go to the gym today. If you do go to the gym, if you just visit any gym, just take a quick peek inside. Maybe don't look so stalker. But take a quick look, you will notice more and more people wear the brand Under Armour. Why? Simply because there is product placement in a hit movie like this. Moving on. What is a sign of success? If you are a rich, successful, brilliant man who owns your own multi-billion-dollar company, what do you drive? Well, if you watch Avengers Endgame, you would know Tony Stark drives an Audi e-tron. So what does that mean? That means the indirect message is, if you're rich, if you're successful and you're smart, you should drive one of these. Alright, you see where I'm going? Moving on, next one. Here's a K-drama example for you. If you're a successful CEO of a cosmetic company and you're a lady, what phone do you use? Well, in this case, they're suggesting to us you should be using a Samsung Note. Again, same K-drama, different example. Again, you're a CEO, you're a lady, you're beautiful, you're successful. What do you drive? Well, for us, it would probably be a big car. In this case, that big car is a Land Rover. Finally, if you're having fun with friends, you're just hanging out, where do you eat? Well, we don't have olive chicken here in Malaysia, but I'm pretty sure people will be queuing up at Olive Chicken if there's a branch in Malaysia simply because it's in this drama. So why am I showing you all these things? Because these are all called product placements. Why are they there? They are there to promote the product, and they're there to send us a direct message. This is good, go buy it. Next thing, there's this thing called indirect influence. What does that mean? Usually, it's a suggestion of what you can do with a certain part of life while telling the story. These indirect influences, they cover things like common ones, dealing with crisis. For example, if you come across a difficult situation in your own life, how do you overcome it? If you watch anime, you will notice this pattern that usually if you have a difficulty in your own life, you're being bullied, you are faced with a big challenge, you overcome it with willpower and hard work. That's what anime shows us. Don't believe me? Look back at the animes that you watch and look at how the hero or the main character overcomes those difficulties. Number two, other indirect influences they tell us about facts about life. They tell us about values that are good that we should have. They tell us about romantic relationships. What should a romantic dinner look like? What should a first date look like? When should we have our first kiss and under what situation? When is the good time to hold hands for the first time? Or in the case of a hospital emergency, how should we react to that emergency when a loved one is in hospital or when a loved one passed away? You know, one typical example that I always laugh at and I always use for hospital cliches in movies and in series is this scene where family members who are still alive, usually the son or the daughter and the parent is there lying on the bed and that person has passed away. And the reaction is always, Musea! Sorry, I totally butchered that example. So here's an example. If you watch Naruto, which is one of my favorites, you will notice that how Naruto moved from a small little kid that's isolated, marginalized, nobody wants to be friends with and considered weirdo and a threat to the village, suddenly, hundreds of episodes later, become the most respected, the most powerful and the leader of his village, the greatest ninja of all time. Maybe of the land, but at least in his country. So how did that happen? A lot of hard work, a lot of willpower, a lot of practicing. Here's the next example. If I love this one, I am an MCU fan, but this is the only DC series that I really enjoy. It's called The Flash. And you see here Barry Allen is having a dinner date with his girlfriend, wife? Not too sure at that time. I finished the whole series, I've forgotten already. But they're having a romantic dinner. And what does the place look like? It is a place with warm lighting. It's dim. Alright? And people are dressed in formal, look very nice. So, question is this. Do all first date and do all first dinners look like that? And must they look like that? Here's a K-drama example for you. This is What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Again, this is a romantic dinner and it is in a place with warm lighting, very few people and only a table small enough for 2 persons. What are they having? They are having steak. So, same question. Do all romantic dinners have steak? Have you had steak before? Do you think you like it? Because steak is not served warm, by the way. And if you heard it before, steak is not always fully cooked. Sometimes they are a little bit raw on the inside. What do you think? Do you think you enjoyed that meal? Here's another example from a different K-drama, Crash Landing on You. This is an example of a romantic moment, beautiful moment. So they are at this field in front of a fire that they made for themselves and the girl is leaning on the guy. Question is, do all moments look like this? And must it be a couple sitting at a field in front of a fire to be romantic, to have a moment? Something to think about. So, I just want to do a comparison between what is fiction and what is reality. So, we've seen all that examples just now and those are examples of fiction. Let me show you my reality. So when I was spending time with Sujing, I thought, and when we were dating, I thought we would hold hands and walk around the mall and just have a good time. That's an example of a moment for me. My parents would have thought that we would be in somewhere secluded and doing something that they probably wouldn't approve. What me and Sujing thought we would probably maybe be strolling on the beach and running around the beach. What do we end up doing? Well, we end up playing with phone app that allow us to take half pictures of her. This is an example of a picture where we were playing with an app and it's supposed to stitch 2 pictures together. We weren't really sitting side by side, but the app messed up and it took away half of her body. So that's how we spent time. That was dating. Also, other ways that we spend time, yes, we go to the mall, we check out funny stuff like a giant bag. I would hang out at her house and take funny photos, Joan photos like that one. She would come over to my house and play with pets that I have, puppies. And instead of romantic dinners, we actually also do end up at hawker stalls having normal food like everybody else. So not so much the same as the romantic dinner with warm lighting and dim place with nice suit and all that we just saw. Also, spending time means if the picture at the bottom, we were just taking a selfie for fun. It was Saturday, I was waiting for baby boys to get ready. She was with me and we took this photo. And spending time sometimes also means spending time with family members. So those two young girls that you see right there, those are my nieces, and we thought it would be nice for her to get to know my extended family a bit more. So we had dinner with my nieces and we had a blast. So here's some important question for us at the end of the day. Does this mean we shouldn't watch movies, series or animes anymore? Well, let me answer it for you. The answer is no. Does it mean we continue watching as usual? The answer is also no. So what do we do? Well, I want to suggest that you choose what you watch, but take it as entertainment. Don't take life lessons from them. Why? Because movies, series, animes, they are often exaggerated versions of real life, and to try and copy them, well, honestly, it's probably not so realistic. So again, enjoy the media, enjoy your movies, series and K-dramas and animes, but don't take life lessons from them. Don't take dating tips from them. Here's what Philippians 4 verse 8 says. Now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. And that's where I get my point from. Whatever we watch from movies, animes, series, K-dramas, so on and so forth, a lot of times because they are a story, they're not always based on facts, they're not always based on reality. For that reason, they are not true. And this is where the Bible comes in. Fix your thoughts on what is true, especially on relationships. Why do I zero in on relationships? Because when I was your age, I also took a lot of cues on relationships from movies, series, animes, and K-dramas. But I later realized they are totally not true, and those tips weren't helpful at all. In fact, they became stumbling blocks to my relationships when I first started dating Sukjing. So here's sharing with you from a little bit of experience ahead of you. Guys, girls, what you watch, you will think. And what you think influences how you behave and influences your character. What is truly important in all relationships is your character. So if you want to build character, if you want to be the right guy and the right girl for your future partner, then my suggestion for you is to start with your thoughts. Think about things that are true, honorable, right, pure, lovely, admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. So the next time you watch a series, a movie, or an anime or K-drama, and you come across a scene that you have questions about, just go through Philippians 4:8 and ask yourselves, is this true? Is this honorable? Is this right? Is this pure? Is this lovely? Is it admirable? Is it excellent? Can you praise it? If your answer is yes, then continue watching and enjoy the movie and don't take life lessons for it. But if your answer is no, maybe it's time to reconsider your choice of that movie, series, K-drama or anime. So with that, God bless and have a great time in your life groups.